All right, this is a recording for 6.4. It's very, very similar to 6.2. The main thing I'm showing in here is as you're working through 6.4, difference in means, you have your statistic, and then when you're doing your confidence interval, you'll need your value for your T star. And I have a note here that you'll need your degree of freedom, and you'll also need to know how big of a confidence interval you need. So these two numbers are what you'll put in to be able to get this T star. So right now I'm working with a degree of freedom of 11. And let me just start from the beginning. We're using the T distribution. Degree of freedom, I know I just said it. It was 11 because it's 12 minus 1 for the sample size. And then you need to turn on your two-tail to be able to adjust this. If you need a 95, that's what you need. But right now they want us to do a 90%. So we're going to put in 0.90, 0.90. And then this is what we're going to use for our T star to get our confidence interval, 1.796. So I wrote that here, but you can see down here later on when we're doing the confidence interval part, that's where the 1.796 gets used. But that's just also going back to this actual formula here. You'll start off not knowing what this is, but you'll get that from StatKey just the way that I did there. So we were needing T star there, but also with hypothesis test, as you're working through all of the parts, you get your statistic, you get your standard error, you get your T test statistic, and then at some point you need to get your P value. So the two things that you'll need is you'll need this value here, your T test statistic, and then you also need your degree of freedom. Again, 15 is coming from 1 minus the sample size. So you got 15 and minus 2. And I'm just going to back all the way out and come back into the T distribution and put that degree of freedom of 15. And then I'm going to also look back to see what sort of test we're doing. We're doing a left tail test with -2 as our value for the T statistic. So we're going to turn on our left tail test, and then we're going to put in a -2 to get the P value of 0.032. And we would use that to make the generic conclusion to reject. But that is it for 6.2. I mean, for 6.2, very similar what we're doing. 6.4 is just a continuation, but I hope this helps.